Some major PlayStation 5 reveals will be happening very soon. Sony promises to unveil a unique vision of the future at CES 2020, stoking PlayStation 5 excitement, and we'll be talking all about that. CES is right around the corner, and Sony is gonna have a big focus at the show. Also, the latest entry in the Outlast franchise has been announced with Outlast Trials. We'll take a brief look at that, and I also want to highlight some great game deals that are available right now. Rage 2 came out just, 7 months ago, and it is ridiculously cheap right now. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville just came out, and that's also pretty cheap. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's deal is showing up at other spots too. You can get that for just a little over $30, which is pretty ridiculous. We'll talk those deals at the end of this video, but first up, let's talk Sony at CES 2020. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering when we're gonna get more revelations on the PlayStation 5. So many PlayStation Now events have come and gone. We've got more of a look on the Xbox's Series X, and now the question remains, when are we gonna get more information on the PlayStation 5? Well, that will be happening very soon by the looks of it. It sounds like we might be learning more about the PS5 as early as next week. CES 2020 kicks off next week, and Sony will have a serious presence at the event, holding a full press conference which will be streamed to the masses online. The company is remaining quiet about what exactly they plan to discuss at CES 2020, but they've released this tidbit that I want to read to you guys. Quote, "The future is coming at CES 2020. Sony is unveiling a unique vision of the future, bringing creativity and technology together like never before to unleash new sensations and emotion." That certainly sounds like a tease for a full PlayStation 5 reveal. However, Sony does do a lot of other things, but I really don't know what other markets they could hit that would be as impactful as the PlayStation 5. They could reveal something like an updated PlayStation VR headset, maybe something with a television. I don't know. All of those things would be a little bit deflating. However, to the CES audience, I'm sure something with a new television would be received rather well. I do think this is going to lead towards something regarding a PlayStation 5 announcement. However, I don't think that this is going to be the full-on reveal. I think it would be a lot more advantageous for Sony to do a big dedicated press conference in their own venue at their own time that is dedicated to just them about it. I don't think it should be coupled with CES. I thought they did a fantastic job rolling out the announcements for the PlayStation 4, and why not replicate that? If you guys don't remember, go back to 2013 and see how they rolled out PS4 information. It was brilliantly done, where in February of 2013 they had the big event where they showed off some games. However, they didn't show off the console itself, nor did they reveal the price. Then at the E3 of that year, that's when they rolled out the look of the console, the price point, and a lot of other information. I just think that works out really well. CES a lot of the times isn't completely catered towards gamers. E3 on the other hand is, but I don't think E3 is where you should do the full rollout. I think you should have your own event early in the year, you know, February, March, and then parlay that into E3 and do another big info dump there, because that brings you, 5 or 6 months ahead of the release of the console, and that'll give enough people enough time to get properly excited. I think CES is a little bit too early to do the massive info dump. However, based on the statement that they've put out, I do think we're going to be getting some relatively major announcements regarding the PS5 here. As far as specific things like games, I don't think that makes a lot of sense at CES. That's not the type of venue you would expect a lot of major game reveals or anything like that. Again, I would hold off until Sony's own dedicated conference or even E3 to do stuff like that. But whatever the case may be, come CES 2020, it does look like we're going to get a considerable amount of information, and it will be happening January 6, 2020, and it will be happening 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can watch the conference live at their official site, and it'll be streamed on a bunch of other platforms as well, so we'll keep you guys posted with all of the information regarding that. Alright, next up, it's been a little while since we heard more about the Outlast franchise. However, Outlast is coming back with Outlast Trials. Red Barrel Games have announced the Outlast Trials, the next installment in its survival horror series Outlast. Specific platforms and a release window were not announced. However, I imagine it would be coming to every major platform, and it notes, quote, "We are proud to reveal the title and the first image of the game to our great community and fans. Our team is hard at work at creating a new experience that will bring fear and anxiety to millions of players, whether they go through the experiments alone or with friends. Now we've done our proof of concept, it's time to focus on content creation, variety, and gore." The world of Outlast is a true survival horror experience which aims to show what the most terrifying monsters of all come from: the human mind and red barrels. While not a direct sequel to the other critically acclaimed Outlast titles in the series, the Outlast Trials will be set in the same thrilling universe, more precisely right in the middle of the Cold War era. The Outlast Trials will allow players players to face the horrors of the trials by themselves or cooperate with up to 3 other test subjects. After all, it's always better to beep your pants with some friends. The Outlast Trials is still in the early stages of production, and more news will be announced soon. Red Barrels has been working on developing the title for months and is now ramping up the production process. So this game is still going to be a ways away. I wouldn't imagine we're going to see it in 2020, probably 2021, but the Outlast franchise has been one of the breakout franchises in recent memory. I don't think a lot of people were expecting Outlast to be as great as it was, but with the excellence of the first game parlayed into Whistleblower and parlayed into Outlast 2, the franchise has really developed into something compelling, and I think a lot of people have become fans of the franchise, so this inherently is going to have some excitement. I imagine that this is going to be a PlayStation 5 game. We don't know for sure. It could very well be a cross-generational title. It's not like Outlast is one of those franchises that is absolutely relying on excellent visuals or anything like that, although the visuals are definitely quite good, but I imagine they want to get the game out to as many platforms as possible, and Outlast was released on the Nintendo Switch as well, and I believe it did relatively well on there, so I imagine they'd want to get this game on the Switch, and if they can get it on the Switch, they could probably put it on the PS4 and Xbox One as well. But I do think a native PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X version will be happening as well. Again, very early on in development, we're not going to hear about it for quite a while. It's just ramping up production now, but definitely in the coming months, hopefully some more information starts trickling on about it, and very interestingly enough, it will have cooperative play, so that's going to be another interesting layer added to Outlast Trials. Alright, lastly, I do want to quickly take a look at some great PS4 game deals available right now. Rage 2 over on Newegg is down to just $9.99. That is pretty ridiculous. It is north of 80% off, and given that this game just came out back in the middle of May, I believe, the fact that it's down to $10 is pretty insane. I mean, we've seen games like Anthem go on sale rather quickly, but Anthem was a game that was received really poorly. I'm not saying Rage 2 was the best game in the world, and it didn't have the best reception in the world, but it definitely didn't have the reception at the level of an Anthem, and Rage 2 did have a lot of fans, and if you just want a open world shooter that doesn't take itself too seriously, Rage 2 is a great game. The narrative is completely, I don't know, not good at all. Would that be a little bit too harsh to say about Rage 2? But the gameplay is solid. I mean, id Software and Avalanche did an okay job with the game, and again, if you're paying just $9.99 for it, I think it's a really good buy. If you paid $59.99 for it, I can understand you being a little bit disappointed, but at just $10, I think it's a pretty good buy. Alright, outside of that, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is also down to $22.50 through Target. Save 25% with same-day order services, so you can order pickup or same-day delivery, and you'll get it for $22.50. That is a really good deal for Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, given that the game just came out in, I believe, back in October. And it notes, welcome to Neighborville, where all is well, except that a crazy new Confarious conflict between Brainless and Botanicals is brewing. What are you gonna do? Call the crops, soil your plants? Prepare to kick some grass in a plant-on-zombie conflict that'll take you to the outer edges of Neighborville and back again. Split-screen couch co-op available on PS4. You can play with your favorite people in every mode, venture to the outer edges of the Neighborville, and customize every character for battle. Not a game that's really up my alley, but I know a lot of people are fans of the franchise, and again, for just $22.50, given that it is a relatively recent release, it did have a budget release initially. It went for $40, but the fact that it's down to nearly 50% of its initial cost, that's pretty remarkable given that it is a super recent release, and $22.50 for it is a great buy. And also, I do want to note that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order can also be had from Target for the same price that it's available for over on Amazon. You can get it for $33.75. It's listed at $45, but you save 25% with same-day order services. This is a fantastic deal, and I wanted to give this a shout. If you don't want to buy from Amazon, maybe you don't have Prime or whatever, and you just want to go in store and get the game right away, well, $33 and change for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is excellent. I thought it was one of the best games of the year, and it was one of the surprisingly great games of the year. I know Respawn is an incredibly talented studio, but given that the Star Wars games and EA haven't really been a match made and haven't Battlefront left a lot to be desired, although Battlefront 2 now is really good, I had my qualms and my skepticism with Jedi Fallen Order, but it turned out to be really good, and I think Respawn did the Star Wars IP from an EA standpoint a lot of good. They had a lot of pressure on them, but they delivered with Jedi Fallen Order, and now to get it for $33 and change, it's a great buy. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Sony is saying the future is coming at CES 2020. Sony is unveiling a unique vision of the future. I imagine that's going to lead to some sort of big PlayStation 5 announcement. As far as how much we're going to see of it, I wouldn't expect that we, get a price point, get any exclusive games or anything like that. Maybe we get a brief teaser trailer, I don't know, but that is coming on June 6th, and that'll be happening 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll keep you guys updated with that. The latest game in the Outlast franchise has been announced with Outlast Trials Rage 2, $9.99 over on Pokemon Newegg, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville 2250, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 3375 over on Target. Some great deals there, links to those in the description box below. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.